And
it says we're live.
There's the date. We are live.
On the internet. Hey! We apparently have up to 8 hours.
Yes, we do.
Do whatever we're going to do, so hope everyone's ready for this.
Let's
do it. Minimum. I don't know. Maybe you can't broadcast for anything less than 8 hours. But, you know, Google's software is a little weird, so I'm not sure if everything is... Wait, what? What? Wait, what?
Again, Chris, I do these every week, and I don't have these problems. What is the deal? What are you doing?
He's breaking the internet.
Mac. I think that's the problem. No, it's. I think what it is the problem is that YouTube exists over here and Google Plus exists over here, and they're trying to combine the features across two different platforms, and it just ends up being very googly.
I just think you're overthinking the whole problem.
How am I overthinking? I wasn't even thinking.
You got about
overthinking if I wasn't thinking about it.
Like I said, I don't have these issues whenever I do my live stream.
Oh well, look at me. I've got a red background there.
Hey, at least I remember to turn on the light before I started broadcasting.
Oh, good Lord, you did that in that stream.
I'm just saying. Granted, maybe a little too much light in my room. It's not. This is not exactly the best view that we can have, but
toupee.
This is the only way. Toupee. Did I hear the word toupee?
It's either toupee, 2K.
Oh, so it's gonna be one of those nights, huh?
Screw it and just switch to 4K.
I do not. I know 4K monitors are all the rage right now, but I just haven't really. Well, I don't have a system that could necessarily handle it. I don't even have a system that can handle the new screen that I have. I mean, it's fascinating to me, the 4K screens and everything, but I don't know if they're all ready yet. I mean, if only because of the refresh rate issues that seem to be more on the hardware side than the software side, or they need to kind of come together a little better. And I hesitate to jump in too quickly. What's that?
I know there's Chinese screens out now, the big Chinese screens that are under $400. That are 4K screens.
Yeah, but when it comes to hardware, sometimes you get what you pay for.
Yeah, but is it sort of like, I know all LCDs used to only be built in just a couple of factories around the world, and then they just stamped Sanyo or Samsung or LG or whatever on them.
But at least you had the brand. Yeah, but you had the trust that came with that brand, right?
It's the same thing. It's the same physical screen.
Well, okay, but it's also, it may be the same physical screen, but there's more to a monitor than just a screen.
Man, yeah, there's service, right? If it breaks,
okay,
but if they're cheap enough,
it's not. I mean, okay. So what I mean is the screen. Imagine we're talking about something that's going to make sense for Diana, a hamburger, right? You got the bun and the lettuce and the pickles and the onions and the mustard and the mayo and the ketchup that Diana loves, that Liz, the jalapenos, and the eggs, sometimes fried eggs, and the hamburger was really, really good. Liz sent ketchup seasoning for popcorn. Yeah. Diana was freaking out. Thank you, Liz, by the way. So, okay, but I've talked about all the condiments, but the burger, imagine the patty, that's the screen. It's the condiments that I'm talking about, and that's and that I don't know if you're going to get the same level of quality in.
Well, if the price difference is, if you can get a Chinese screen for under $400 and an LG or Sony cost $1,100, then it's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Well, it is.
But within a couple $100, you're right.
You may be able to read Chinese, but I can't read Chinese. So why would I buy a Chinese monitor?
There's no. What's the warranty on that? What happens if it breaks down?
Well, if you buy it, so my buddy who just recently bought one bought it from Amazon, and Amazon sells whatever some kind of hardware doodad where they'll just replace it, right? So, but again, there's the question of, will that company even exist in 2 years?
Right.
So that's a good question. But again, I don't know. I'm not buying one either because I don't see the content for it. To me, that's the biggest thing. When I can game on 4K, then I'll consider buying 4K. So, Chris, are you now eating pickles and cashews and cherries?
This isn't a pickle, it was a doma. And I didn't realize the hangout was going to go right to my face as I'm like stuffing it. Oh,
What was that?
Doma, stuffed grape leaves.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, I just
Mm,
can't.
really
I
good.
couldn't imagine a pickle with cashews and cherries. That's
No, well, you have
those
some.
nightmares.
I'm just saying, when you're with a pregnant woman, she likes strange stuff.
Has she woke you up at 2 in the morning to go buy something yet?
No, and I'm grateful for that.
Because that happened to me a couple of times. I want cherry Pop-Tarts. Buy them now.
Oh, really?
Really, you haven't done it yet.
Sounds good.
Oh, thanks, Tad. You
And you don't
ass.
have a choice.
Hey, Harold.
What's up, Chris?
Oh, Harold's
Yeah.
Harold?
He's the one that let us try peanut
Boiled
stuff.
peanuts.
Yeah,
Boiled
boiled
peanuts.
I
peanuts.
love boiled peanuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris doesn't know what he's
That's
missing.
cool.
I know exactly what I'm missing. 'Cause I have them. I like my nuts dried and roasted and salted and in pieces
Where are you
and
from?
not watered.
Originally from West Virginia.
Well, hell yeah. Yep. I grew up eating boiled peanuts, so I know what that is.
Yeah, I live in Iowa now, but was originally from West Virginia, so.
Food brings people together.
Yep.
Forget tech. Tech tears you apart. Food brings you together. That's.
I could probably agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'll
have
agree
to
with that.
agree with
too.
that. What do you? I mean, unless you take food intravenously. No, I believe in saline solution.
What are you trying to say?
We should all just drink Soylent.
All right.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, but hey, it works.
I don't
Oh, I'm getting noises on my computer now.
You're getting noises on your computer.
My computer's speaking to me.
Can you get a little more vague?
Well, Tad, I don't know. You're talking about Chinese monitors, and all of a sudden I'm getting like.
You are on a 2007 Mac Pro, so that thing might be haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's safe to say that it's probably haunted.
All right, I'm just.
It's either that or the voices are just inside your head and playing through the computer speakers.
No, Diana.
That's also a possibility.
No.
That's
You
also
didn't hear it? What do you mean you didn't hear it? It was right there. It went. Brrrr.
Yeah, I heard it.
I
Okay.
did hear something, so. It's not. If Chris is hallucinating, he's sharing it.
Yeah, these. Let me tell you, these cherries. I don't know where Diana got them, but wow. No, I was in the process of getting the link out there on my my social feeds so that people knew that we were doing this live on a Sunday night. So Tad,
Yes?
I finally got into and everybody else feel free to jump into this conversation. I finally got into a cryptocurrency,
No.
Oh, you got into what is it?
VeriCoin.
VeriCoin, yeah.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure this out, right? I know it's important enough to try to figure out, and there is, an increasing amount of value being placed on cryptocurrency in like real world situations. So like Expedia and Overstock.com. There's something to it. I just haven't experienced enough of it to be able to better explain it. I mean, I understand it. Like we were having that conversation. There seems to be a lot of nefarious uses for Bitcoin, and that's the thing that has me very more nervous than anything, because like every other day I see, such and such hacked, so, such and such was now controlled by 51%. I'm like, oh boy, I don't know anything about that stuff. But we had a patron come in, and someone I've worked with over a period of time, and I trust him, and they basically VeriCoin is now a top level patron. So they're actually using cryptocurrency as basically patronage. It
That's
translates.
I still haven't come around to thinking that it's a good idea for normal everyday use. It seems like a fantastic idea if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, or if you're doing something that you don't want tracked in any sort of way. But that doesn't. There's no intersection with that and my own life right now.
Right.
And I don't want to say that that's not for other people, but it doesn't. I don't see the value of it for me, but it
So, yeah, and I'm kind of in the same boat, and that's where when Joel is his name, he had reached out to me. He was actually he's had this computer like a computer repair place for some years, and he had repaired a Mac Mini and did a really good job with it. I thought it was dead. Yeah, you know, he even went through and he replaced the hard drive. He didn't need to, but he replaced the hard drive with an SSD, and I was like, wow, I was really, really appreciative. So last year he kind of got into it, and then he just came to me recently, and you know, I'm like I said, I'm still trying to figure out, you know, the means and ways around it, and I think it's going to get easier. And I've explained even to Joel and the people that I've talked to in that cryptocurrency community, because I don't understand, like I said, anything about it. I mean, hardly anything. I understand the value of it. Like, this is the way I view cryptocurrency right now. It's like Amazon dollars or Starbucks gift cards, right? So there's a value that we agree upon. So when someone gives me, or when I feature like an app where you can earn an Amazon gift card. Oh yeah, I've got to redeem our current Amazon gift cards. When someone gives me an Amazon gift card, then I know it's worth $25 on Amazon, and that's real money. I mean, it's real money that I can exchange for goods and services, and I know I can earn free Amazon gift cards through the things that I've mentioned a million times over. I'm not going to spam everybody with that right now. And it's worked out really well. And I think each altcoin, like non-Bitcoin coin, has its own approach on how it generates value and continues value. VeriCoin seems to have a pretty unique approach to that, at least from my understanding of someone who, and I explained this to Joel, we were on a Skype call. I'm like, hey, dude, I barely passed economics class. Like, I came downstairs, and I think this is telling. Came downstairs, and this was in the vlog today or tomorrow or something. I said, hey, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? And Diana said, yeah, she had heard of Bitcoin. So that, you know, whether or not, I don't think someone like Diana, I barely understand it. If Diana goes, oh, yeah, it's really easy. You just mine, and you download the wallet, and what do you, moron, what are you thinking? This is what she'll do. I don't understand how to work it. You know, no, you moron. No, she doesn't say that. But you know, I don't want to overthink it. It's right now. It's so unabashedly esoteric that it's very difficult to wrap your head around each value of an alternative currency or a common ground. I guess Coinbase is a good middle ground for establishing a value of, let's say, a digital currency or an electronic currency. Also more telling why this has become a little more fascinating for me is Apple's terms of service update in not allowing Bitcoin outright. I don't think anybody's going to be mining Bitcoin with their iOS devices anyway, but accepting, as long as it's legal, or what was the verbiage? Like, as long as it's an accepted currency or it's not illicit, they would potentially accept it as an app in the App Store. So
ultimately, the value of all of that depends on the ability of each of those currencies to protect themselves from a government crackdown once they get too large. And if they're able to do that, then they're an actual currency. And I'm not aware of too many cases where governments have cracked down really hard on maybe Bitcoin and some of the other ones. But until it gets to, when it becomes ubiquitous and threatens to overtake regular currency, or when it looks like it might do that, well, governments will crack down on it. And if they're successful in that, they will hold no value beyond that point. If governments are unable to crack down on it, then they will hold value, considerable value after that point. And I don't think we've reached that level yet where we know where it's shaken out to that point. And right now we're kind of in an even earlier phase where we see hackers that are getting into stuff. I saw Dogecoin, somebody stole a whole bunch of those. And that's kind of a novelty alt currency, right?
Right.
So it's
not just a novelty.
We're in very early days right now for alternate currencies, and it's exciting. But I'm kind of waiting for. I'm older and more conservative now, and I'm waiting to see what happens after it shakes out. So that's kind of my take on it.
I'd be conservative in terms of how I. Well, don't get me wrong. When Joel came to me and says, "Hey, would you take this?" I'm like, I can't take Bitcoin right now. Sorry, I'm not set up for that. I guess I have a key that people could give. They could give me Bitcoin, but I said no. You take PayPal, like, because that's what Patreon takes. I'm like, I understand the PayPal. PayPal works. You get it in, get it out. Bitcoin's kind of there, but I would not, other than time and interest, I don't know how much I can necessarily throw myself into it.
Yeah, I think time will have to tell. 10 years from now, we won't be having these conversations.
No.
There will either be ubiquitous currencies, cryptocurrencies, or there won't be any at all.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Like, inevitably, it's like, well, I get kind of like the smartphone market or the e-commerce market. There's always a leader. There's always like a number one. There's always going to be a number one, but there are a lot of quote-unquote bit players as well. Not to, well, actually, I used that word intentionally. I thought it was kind of fun. A Bitcoin players. Ah? What the hell's in this wine? Maybe I'm the only one who's somewhat fascinated.
No, it is fascinating. I just you're talking to an older guy who's not going to stick his
older guy, Tad, screw you. Like, you can't be. We gotta be the same age.
You know, this white.
Yeah, no. Do you see this white? I'm not going to be able to have sideburns.
Yeah, I can't pick on you for being a kid, so.
You see what I have to do?
How old do you have to be that when Chris is considered the young one?
Yeah.
I'm not far off from you, Chris. I'll be 35.
Woo.
I'm starting to get the gray hair.
Okay, anybody who's younger than 40 to me is a kid.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm like, all you kids. All you crazy kids with your Bitcoin. In my day, we used to have printed money, and we'd exchange it for goods and services. Dagnabbit. Get off my lawn. Stop seeding my lawn.
I could see you possibly becoming one of those grumpy grandpas that are like, "Yeah, you kids, get off my lawn."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, I've been told I'll turn into the same thing.
Oh, grandfather, I thought you were still talking about Bitcoin. I'm like,
No.
I
don't. As much as you don't understand Bitcoin, I don't understand it in the same way that you do. I understand that you can go out and mine it if you have to, or you can go and actually physically purchase it with actual physical money. But other than that, it's like speaking Chinese.
well,
Doesn't the value of Bitcoin work like a stock market in a way? Like the
Kind of.
value of each one?
the way it works.
That's about all I know.
So that's the thing is altcoins can work differently.
That's right.
So you can and there's it's almost like one country's currency works differently than another country's currency. I mean, in a way. And so there are Bitcoin exchanges where you can exchange one altcoin for another, and you have a Litecoin which can be mined, or you have a VeriCoin which has already been mined and now has a different, so it can maintain a different level of value, and the value
They keep
increases.
introducing new ones all the time.
Well, and so that's the thing is each of the altcoins has a different value to it.
Yep.
And so it's like I said, it's fascinating to me, and I understand it well enough to know that I need to understand it better. It's kind of like anything where interesting things are happening, and I wonder how long it's going to be before an alt currency is just going to become the currency, and I can't imagine as we enter
Governments will attack it well before that point. There will be major movements from world governments because that could collapse certain economies.
Oh, as opposed to Greece,
No, I agree. I'm just saying that there's currencies that currently live off the American dollar.
No.
And if anything actually threatens the U.S. dollar, the United States government will attempt to crack down on it. They'll call those people that are running the exchanges, they'll call them terrorists. I mean, hopefully they have ways to protect themselves, and I'm pretty damn sure they do.
Here.
But only time will tell if they actually do have ways to protect themselves.
I'm
I'm not talking about something that's going to happen in the future, but I'm convinced it will happen. No doubt at all about it.
and this is the closest thing I have to tinfoil. If you wanted to put it on your head.
Dude, they do stuff like that.
Kidding, Tad. I'm with you.
He does
I am
that
with
to
you.
me all the time.
Well, I mean, because let's face it, a lot of people who talk about this stuff, but I think Tad's right.
So I mean, it's the threat. So and right now it's not much of a threat. And right now they're kind of like, okay, you can play your little games or whatever. But what the U.S. Marshals were trying to auction off a whole bunch of money worth of bitcoins. I had read somewhere that the FBI owns an enormous amount. Apparently, they came from their Silk Road stuff. So
Really?
yeah. But I mean, I don't follow it all that closely, mainly because of what I said earlier. There's not a really good intersection between that and what I do day to day. I don't buy stuff on the dark net. I don't need drugs or any of that other stuff that. Although that's not all that people use it for, but that is one of the reasons why the cryptocurrencies were created. One of the reasons.
One of the reasons, yeah. Fascinating. But that's where, because I remember having that conversation when we got together with Jerry at Pizza.
Yeah. And Lindsay has bought some Dogecoins, and she had looked into Bitcoins and had a hard time, figuring all of that out, and decided that it wasn't a great idea. But I have a physical Dogecoin. Lindsay has a physical one.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back. I'll show you.
Oh my God, that is funny. Are you with us, Diana?
Mhm.
Okay.
Why?
Is there another topic you'd like to cover?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Although I'm sure there are plenty of other topics to be discussed.
Diana believes in purse coin, if you know what I mean.
I think 90% of the country believes in purse coin.
Like coin that you can pull out of your purse.
I don't know if anybody can see it, but this is an actual physical Dogecoin. You can see the name on it.
Hey, you guys.
It says wow.
The hole in my my butt here.
We can't see
Oh, you can't?
it.
I unfortunately caught a glimpse.
Oh, sorry. Here's my this is
one
my coin.
Dogecoin.
My Vader coin.
There you go.
And I also have another coin here that says Valar Morghulis.
Uh-oh. Then we have to do whatever you tell us.
Best
Or
economic
let's give you
guide
passage to
accepting
Bravos.
No, serious. I am serious, Tad. Does this exist on Amazon? Does a Valar Morghulis coin exist on Amazon?
I
I'm buying
promise
it.
you can buy any sort of different kind of those on Etsy that you could ever want.
Valor, hang on. Valor Marg.
You have to spell it properly, though. I don't know how to tell you how to write.
If
Hilarious.
anybody listening does not know what Valor Margulis is, just get out.
That's a pop singer, right?
Yes. The game.
I have a coin that I know Brandon will understand.
Oh, good Lord, yes, he does.
There's a faceless man coin. Awesome.
It's
Brandon
not...
Brandon knows exactly what coin this does.
Yeah, that means I have to buy you the drink. God bless it.
Tad, you can buy Game of Thrones coins on Amazon at least. Holy cow.
Lindsay and I actually walked into a Barnes & Noble yesterday. It was the first time either of us have been in a bookstore in a couple of years. And they had Game of Thrones action figures. And if they had just had a Brienne, I would have bought one. They had a Hound action figure, but not a Brienne.
She got, the actress got cast in episode 7.
Yeah, the new Star Wars. That's awesome. Yeah, that's my favorite character in the books, and I'm so happy that they made her one of my favorite characters in the TV show.
I think it's a good character. I mean, I was getting nervous when she was fighting the sorry, spoilers. Well, I'd assume that any true Game of Thrones fan would have seen last week's episode.
Of course. You can't spoil it now.
Yeah, I got nervous when she was fighting. I'm like, oh, someone's gonna die.
I got nervous too because that's not in the book. So I was like, what?
You know what? Don't give me this book crap. Books ruin movies for me. All right.
Well, so you're going to do what everybody else is doing. You'll watch the TV show, and then one of these days you'll be bored, and you'll pick up the first book, and you'll go, holy cow, what have I been missing out on? This is so
I know
much
what
fun.
I'm missing out on. I am not, no.
Boredom.
I'm not going to read the book. No. Was that too adamant?
So that knocks you off a couple of geek points there, Chris.
Well, how does that knock me off a couple geek points?
If you're not going to read the book, I'm not going to read a book.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Like, because books have only been around for like how long? Wait, hang on. Did you read the printed volume or an ebook pad?
Both. I've read both. Thank you very much.
Oh, I read both. Oh, look at me.
When the first book came out, there weren't any ebooks. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Here I am.
Oh.
Here I am arguing with Chris Pirillo over who's a geek or not. What the hell?
I'm not arguing.
No, you're not. I am.
You're
I think the last time
points here, and I'm just saying that that's not fair.
I think the last time I read a book was during the Book It program.
I like
elementary school.
Yeah, I like books with pictures in them, like like Star Wars, Darth Vader and the Ninth Assassin.
All right. So let's say not minus geek points, minus nerd points. We'll do that.
All right, you can take as many nerd points as you want from me. I lost those eons ago. Like the moment, like I couldn't pass trigonometry, or in geometry, every one of my answers. Did you do well in geometry?
Yeah.
See, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, they like the postulates and the theorems, and I'm like, but here's what my every answer was given. Like I just remember just writing given. Like, well, it makes sense to me, given. Like, and the teacher would be like, no, Chris, no, it's not given. I'm like, bull, it's given to me. You gave me the answer, and I believe this is a given. So given, and
yeah,
Chris,
I got
you would be the type of person.
See, either everybody talks or nobody talks. And what's
Go
that,
ahead.
Box?
I think we answered anyway.
Chris, you're the type of person that would go over and say where's X and then circle it and there it is right next to it.
Pretty much. I'm not a math guy. I lost my nerd points eons ago. I never had nerd points.
I can't take any geek points away. I apologize for even broaching that subject.
Well, Tad,
that's definitely take your nerd points away though.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You have a Dogecoin. You're
my geek and nerd credits are like out the wazoo. So.
Yeah, honestly I always enjoyed I mean, in terms of reading, any kind of reading that I enjoyed was almost more informational, like the non-fictional, almost like how Diana likes watching TV.
She likes watching nerd points saying that.
Well, no. She likes the murder shows. She's learning a lot.
I like to
learning how to hide the body.
Boy, it lit up.
My wife used to watch that show Snapped all the time, and I told her she was getting ideas watching Snapped.
No, I like to watch like documentaries or crime shows, but the reason is because I like to watch something that I feel like I can take away something from watching it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I learned
how to clean up a murder scene. Yeah.
No, I mean there's a lot of interesting stuff. Like you learn what not to do. Like don't like open the door if your front porch light isn't working.
That's what last night. Like the dogs are what was happening?
Yeah, the dogs are barking. It was like midnight.
It was late at night, and she's, what's going on? And I kind of come down, and I look out. And I said, well, the lights are on, but the switches are on, but I can't see lights outside. Because she's told me a couple times, like, if the light switches are on, but there are no lights on outside, do not open the door, Chris. Don't, because they could take away the light bulb, and they're on the other side ready to kill you. So I'm sitting at the door, and I'm looking to the people, like, well, the lights are on, but I can't see any light. Let me see who it is. And I cranked it. Boy, I wish I was vlogging it.
Just make sure your dogs are up there.
No, the dogs are big. I crank it, and I'm like, oh, Diana's like running down the street. No! No! Don't do it! No! And I open it up, and it was hilarious. I don't know. I just fun. This is what we did to entertain ourselves as a married couple on a Friday evening.
We scare each other.
I tell you, she got scared. When I was like, I can't see the lights. No! That's my version of Diana's voice. She doesn't actually sound like that.
No,
that's a meme if I ever saw one, though.
No! I'm getting good with the memes on Facebook. I don't know who this Paola Martinez is, but every other comment thread, she posts a picture of herself trying to get
What?
friends. It's bizarre. So now I'm replying to weird spam offhanded comments on Facebook with meme photos. Like someone asked, someone asked about it was one of David DeFranco's Facebook threads. He was talking about signing up for Patreon, and some people were kind of flipping him some lip, and I didn't like that, and so I kind of jumped in, and then eventually someone asked a question that had nothing to do with the topic at all. Like it was like, hey, what do you think about Gadget X? And so then I took the Lord of the Rings, who's the character? Boromir? Boromir. Right?
There is a character named Boromir, yes.
No, Boromir was the brother of
Vandermeer.
Faramir.
Faramir. So sorry, I had to think through it. I'm not. It's good stuff.
That's a really beautiful glass.
You had something.
Faramir.
I knew
Anyway,
it.
says, one does not simply walk
Yes,
into
that's Boromir.
I took that and I said one does not simply bring up Gadget X in in this Facebook comment thread. That's a meme way to, not meme way to kind of correct people without smacking them upside the head.
There you go.
You're good at those, though. They're funny.
Yeah, I did pretty good. Finally got my Bad Luck Brian in. That was a good one. I wanted to do it so bad, and I was waiting for the opportunity. Like, come on, someone do it, someone. So the Paola Martinez, you got to look at my face. I can't show you in the Hangout, but she posted again, and she said it said add me. She has this picture, this cute girl, and she's like add me. And she's all her butt's out, and she's like add me like that, and. So right after I did a Bad Luck Brian, I'm like, adds Paola Martinez, gets herpes. It's like I was like, yes, I finally got my Bad Luck Brian. So it was kind of funny. I don't know. I thought it was. Sorry, not to offend people out there, but.
I thought her last name was something else. Maybe.
Paola. No, Martinez. Ramirez.
Oh, is it?
No, was it?
I don't know.
Some Paola. She'll be back again in a random Facebook thread. No, trust me, she's been everywhere. Although I found a really good meme creation website. I love this. It's great. It's called memedad.com. They make it really, really easy. Memedad.
All of my points that I have on Reddit, or almost all of them, came from one meme that I submitted a couple of years ago. It's remember the little redheaded kid? Maybe it's Bad Luck Ginger. I don't know.
Narrow it down a bit.
It's the redhead. I think it's Bad Luck Ginger. Anyway, what I wrote on the meme was goes outside at night, moonburn. If you have pale skin, then you'll relate to that.
Oh, I have pale skin.
Yeah, like I burst in the flame.
Let me put it this way: I've got no light on me right now.
You're burning. Yeah.
No key light at all.
Yep.
Anytime I put this cat on Tumblr, it goes crazy. There's one of him just sitting on a pile of papers, and I said, my paperweight purrs, and there's 600 reblogs of this cat.
Whoa.
So, people love
Wicket. Go get Wicket. Oh, it's a cat thing? Go. All right. Done.
We're getting a cat.
Check.
Well, then you could do the cat vlog.
No, God.
You've already got the dog vlog.
Yeah, no, well, no. Liz gave me a heart attack the other day. She was like, "Oh, dogger fair." I'm like, "What the?"
Dogger.
Yeah, a whole bunch of bloggers have dogs.
Oh.
So, yeah, we have Dogger Fair.
Dogger fair will not be happening. I'm here to report this in an official capacity.
I'm sure you can make that happen if you really put your mind to it.
Yeah.
I could.
Oh, yeah.
It's the question of would I?
Oh, and
right?
Chris,
Do
you're I'm going to have to live.
Vicariously?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to live vicariously through you and your alcohol consumption this weekend.
Quite all right.
Brandon knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, who's
In other words, all I know is you're dry. Why?
General 1 Alpha.
Oh crap. Okay, I'll have a couple of beers for you, dude. I'm sorry. It's like I
Thank
said.
you.
That sounds
it's like
really
I said in
bad.
a couple of posts. Dude, us vets got to stick together, man. So
Do you
you know,
need penicillin for that? Will that help?
no, he doesn't need
No.
penicillin. He's fine. He just needs somebody else to drink for him, and I'll be more than happy to take on that burden of responsibility for him. So Zeal, man, I got your back.
So
Thanks, brother.
Emily Danziger, Danziger, kind of horrible with last names. She says she's excited for Vlogger Fair. That's great. Thank you. Well, that makes one.
Actually, Emily's been helping a little bit.
Oh, fantastic. See, this is
Yeah.
the thing. I'm just happy that someone is watching one of my videos and saying something about Vlogger Fair. Because, dead silent, and then Tyler Oakley, and then all of a sudden registrations explode. I'm like, So basically, it's Tyler Oakley Fair.
I'm watching the live chat, the live chat on YouTube, and it says Dogger Fair. Wicket would just bark through the whole thing.
Pretty much.
No, he'd be
Why not? People would still come. Hell. Do people watch the vlogs for Chris and Diana? Hell no. They watch it for Pickett and Wixie.
Keep having it. Keep drinking. Have a few more.
Well, there's the hashtag for the show. Pickett and Wixie.
Well, it's going to change a lot when Baby Pirillo comes.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to change around here.
Are you going to be showing the baby's vomit?
Is that what vloggers do?
Dude, you got a child.
You show dog
That's
vomit.
what I want to see.
The childproofing is going to involve a gate. No, a heavily fortified.
No, you train the child before you childproof. You train the child.
Yes.
Well, the thing is that every kid is different. We worried about baby proofing our place when our son was a baby, and he never did anything that warranted any sort of baby proofing. Plenty of kids do, obviously, but Avon never put anything in his mouth. He never stuck his face. He never even looked like he was going to stick anything in any sockets ever for anything. So every kid is totally different. Some kids need a whole lot of baby proofing, and some don't need much of any.
Well, yeah, I mean, Diana sometimes don't get
Sticks her fingers in the sockets.
everywhere. Knife, there's toast, and trying to get it out. I'm like, no, God bless America.
But
My primary advice is enjoy all of your sleep between now and the due date.
Yeah, so I hear.
Enjoy every moment.
So what I'm going to do, Tad, here's the deal.
Any better than what Tad just did.
If this happens, I may be doing a lot of live streams in the middle of the night of just like doing this. Like,
yes, you will. Yes, you will.
No, I'm going to stream this thing. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to go do this.
Boiling bottles and nipples and hot, boiling the bottles and whatever, and just standing there going,
why would I boil my nipples?
Not your own.
What's wrong with you?
Bottled nipples.
LockerGnome Productions are going
Don't lose any sort of embarrassment.
Why would you say you
hilarity?
boil my wife's nipples, Tad?
You just wait. All of that embarrassment or hilarity goes away. In 6 months, you'll get another nipple.
Someone told me they're like, everybody tells you sleep while you can, but nobody ever tells you shower while you can.
Oh yeah.
Well, that too, definitely. That too, because.
But you'll miss sleeping a lot more than you'll miss showering. I promise.
Yay!
But the other thing you have to remember is how many billions of other people have done it. So if it's the hardest thing you'll ever do, but
that part out, it's the sleeping part that nobody ever seems to figure out. But as far as bathing and eating, everybody seems to manage to work that out.
Yep. It's the sleep thing. Yep.
Because you tend to share that experience with a little one, as far as showering, eating, bathing, whatever.
Well, yeah, because I do that.
It's a completely different story.
But
Yeah.
Not happening. You will sleep on that kid's time. That's
no, I do that with Wicket and Pixie. I just hold them up in the shower and it works just fine. So I just figure, well, I'll just
but you know
baby.
what? I heard something. It can clog up the drain.
What?
Showering with your dog.
No. That's why I put the thing over the grate. Yeah. Not to mention these two dogs don't shed all that much. I mean, they do when their hair gets longer, but they don't shed all that much. If your dog if you walk past them and all of a sudden you got white hairs all over you, then but Wicked
Sounds
Pixie, they're poodle, and that keeps them from doing a lot of shedding.
Sounds
not
an awful lot like my dogs. Sounds an awful lot like my dogs when you walk by them and you get attached with all these white hairs everywhere. Well, both of them are border collies, and they lose their winter coat, because right now they're in Utah, and I'm fully expecting to go home and have all of my stuff covered in dog hair.
Yep. Yeah, it's like we have a golden retriever, and if you don't like to have golden retriever hair in everything you eat, don't get a golden retriever. They're the cutest, sweetest,
covered in cat hair.
ever.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liz. I couldn't do it. That's why I said I want a Mexican hairless.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What do you know? No, dude, these things look so adorable. Mr. Bigglesworth.
You're gonna have a baby. The last thing you want is a cat and a baby.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of cats. Generally speaking, I've not found a cat that I could love.
This
Not
one, everybody loves him.
Not even.
Well, I like paperweight cats. That I'm fine with them. I like anything that helps with organization. That's a good thing. We got a couple. I'm reading if you guys have out in the YouTube community, if you're watching the video, if you have questions to throw in, feel free. We've got a couple of comments here. Whistler Bean says, "In Soviet Russia, baby train you." We also have Rolex.
Is absolutely right. Baby does train you.
I would not know. I'm not into trains all that much, so.
You will.
Greyhawk would know. Yes, trust me, you're in for a whole new adventure, my friend.
Choo choo.
That's all right.
So bad.
Matt Palmer. Diana has been shoving the dogs down the drain. Yeah, I know. That's what I keep saying. Diana, rubbing them on the drain. The hair is clogging up. Like, you're doing it wrong.
No, that's what I read.
Oh. No. Wait, let me guess. On the internet?
Yeah.
Matt Palmer also says he has a cat and it doesn't care about he doesn't care about me. He doesn't care at all about me. Wow, I can't read. I've got a John. I've got a.
Wait. Zio, aren't you the one who's not drinking?
I'm not drinking,
Except
and
for this underage kid here, all the way over on the left. Who hasn't said a word the entire broadcast.
Daryl, we're talking about you, I think.
Yeah, figured as much.
No, let me guess. Daryl, you're like actually 60 years old.
What's that? What is it? Where you age in reverse.
Oh, you're talking about
Button?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Benjamin Button. Thank you.
Yeah.
So someone was commenting on Daryl's. Someone was commenting on your CRT there, Daryl.
Yeah, I've been looking at that CRT the whole time. Dude, film or something.
Wait. Okay, yeah, give us a tour here. What's the CRT thing?
It's just a spare monitor I've got sitting at the back, just moving some stuff around. So it's an old monitor I used to have. Bought it for like $15.
Wow.
Many years ago.
Now, see, that was, in my day, that was a 4K monitor. It cost you 4K.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right?
That's what 4K, when I think 4K, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I had a fork over 4K.
Those of us that used to do a lot of gaming used to have to lug those things around to LAN parties.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I remember
I'm a
doing
LAN
that.
party animal, let me tell you.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I did actually take it to a LAN party, and I actually won a little award from it because I was the only person there with us.
Pretty awesome. You should put like a handle on top.
Yeah.
Like a bag to put it in.
Oh wait, I better hide the label. Don't want Chris to.
What do you? Oh, thank you.
I'm hiding the labels for you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we got. What do we have here? Oh, roasted. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of showing off a lot of brand stuff.
I don't blame you. They ain't paying you for it. Why not?
Other than
Chris
Star Wars, Lego, Apple. You know?
Yeah. well, Chris is sporting the brand new Pirillo laptop, so. Are you going to do the whole Vanna White thing?
Who's in the room now? Who's that? Which dog?
Wicket.
Oh, Wicket came in.
He was sleeping,
Hey, bud.
I think.
Come on up.
I can finally tell them apart after all these years. I mean,
It takes a while. Their eyes are their giveaway. Come here, bud.
mine is the color.
Yeah, the color sometimes.
Wicked is darker, is lighter than Pixie.
Unless your
Yeah.
kid is cracking me up, that's a very comfortable animal.
And speaking about the whole CRT thing, I just saw in the comments that Matt Palmer said that he has paid $200 for 4 megs worth of RAM.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, my first computer only had 8 megs.
You know, I had I moved from 8 megs to 16. No, wait, or is it 16 to 32? I think it was. I moved from 16 to 32, and was it the first DIM I ever had or first SIM? I can't remember. It's been so long. It was okay. Windows 95 had just been released, and it ran well with 8, and I had 16, but it ran even better with 32. So I went to, I think, one of the electronic superstores, and I had a card from the store. It was my first card, and they said, well, if you can pay for it now and just pay it off in 6 months. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I can buy it. I can spend $360 on 16 megs of RAM and be good, right? So that's what I did. Paid $360 for 16 megs of RAM, or 32. I can't remember which it was. I either went from 8 to 16 or 16 to 32, and I think it was 16 to 32 at that point. So I did it. Didn't even think about paying it, right? Like most people, I use credit cards, and then a statement came, and then I owed like $50, like additional on top of that. I'm like, what? How is this possible? Well, that's how it was possible. And from that point forward, every one of the credit cards that I get, I make sure is paid off every month. We don't use credit cards per se, but we use cards, but they're always paid off every month. I treat them like what do they call it? It's not a credit card, but a
debit card.
Debit. What's the card where
American Express?
Month,
What it is? Payment
Prepaid.
card. I don't know.
No, I can't. There's a word for it, and I don't think those are it. But anyway, so I don't believe in existing credit card debt at all. I don't have any apart from the mortgage and like the car stuff that we have with the leases. Like I just don't want to mess with it. And that was honestly, it was the first time that happened. That was the last time it happened. I'm like, this is never happening again. No way. That was it for me. That I learned that lesson. It was like because it was expensive to begin with, but costing another $50-$60. I was like, oh my God, that's bad. In my mind, I'm thinking, how could they get away with that? Something's got to be wrong. Like it wasn't wrong at all.
You're a wise man, Chris.
I learned early.
Figure that one out.
Yeah, I learned early. Well, but sometimes, when it comes to that stuff, you almost have to make a mistake on your own early on to recognize.
Sometimes you have to make a whole series of really dumb mistakes.
Exactly. I mean, because if you didn't learn your problem or what the problem was initially, it would continue to plague you, or you would go through life continuing to make the mistake without recognizing the mistake that you were making. And it usually just takes like one time for me to stick the knife in the toaster to go, that's a bad idea. I can't feel my arm. I'm never doing that again.
Yep.
So
lucky man.
Goldschlager was the second lesson I learned. No, well, tequila I'm okay with now. Tequila and I are friends. I just learned how to drink tequila.
Yeah. And
you drink tequila over time. You don't take 3 shots of tequila and keep taking, like, this is doing nothing. I need 3 more shots. This is still doing nothing. I need 3 more shots. Because that's how tequila, it just hits you. All just like, it's not exactly there, then all of a sudden, bam!
It's all fun and games until you stand up.
Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah, that's the
Well,
same way. That's the same way with the
Soju.
alcohol that is produced over here, soju. It is
Soju.
absolute.
Oh, soju.
Soju is absolutely a teleportation alcohol. It's a teleportation alcohol in the fact that as long as you're sitting down and as long as you mix it right, it doesn't taste like alcohol. Period. End of story. And if you're taking shots of this stuff and you go through enough of it, you won't after you stand up, it hits you like a ton of bricks, and you won't
Yep.
remember anything after you've stood up.
Yep. Been there, done that.
That's because you fall down and knock yourself out. That's why you don't remember anything.
No, it's because I don't know the exact. It's unregulated. Let's put it that way. So you never know how much you're going to get in a specific time. You know, you'll go to the bar. You'll order what's called a tower, and it's basically like a 2-liter bottle with a spigot on it, and you fill up a shot glass, and from one tower to the next, the level
Guys,
of
you're
alcohol in
drinking
it
2
is
liters
going
of
to be.
soju yourself.
What's that?
You're drinking 2 liters of that by yourself?
Yes, he
No.
is.
Usually I've got two or three people with me,
All
and
right.
we'll
He's
go
full of
and
shit.
we'll go
Two
to.
Best
Shit,
you
I
are.
guarantee you. I'm sorry, full of crap. I don't want to R-rate Chris Pirillo's hangout, but he's full of crap. I guarantee you, if he's describing it in that much detail, he's drinking at least 80 to 90% of that himself. I guarantee it.
Well, considering the fact that when you've got two or three other people with you, you're gonna go through probably. Let's see, the most that we ever went through was 10 towers.
Yeah. Young people are disgusting.
Well, that's the thing. The thing of it is in the Air Force, weapons troops are notoriously the heavy drinkers, and that is what I am. I am a weapons troop, and when we go out and party like there's no tomorrow. I should send you some, Chris.
Yeah, sounds like fun, and it almost looks like Wicket had some because he is out in my Krellbow.
Hey, Zio,
You know what I love? You know what I love about this community? I'm watching the chat come by, and some people are listening. You know, some people are kind of getting into it. We have one conversation talking about Windows 9. We have a separate conversation talking about Steve Jobs. Like, what is that? What did we even come close?
and we're here in the hangout
bringing up
talking
either
about
topic.
soju and
Well,
Yeah, we're talking about alcohol.
and alcoholic tendencies.
What I'm thinking
Which,
is,
by the way, Zio, if and when you do end up at Fort Drum, look me up, man, because I got some people.
you know, Brandon, I think that the issue is that some people are doing a little drinking at home, some adult Kool-Aid, because I can't explain how they would be off on 2 topics like this. Does this happen on every internet page out there? Like, inevitably you're talking about one topic, and then someone goes off about Android, another person goes off about iPhone, and pretty soon someone's being called Hitler. Like, what's the law? Godwin's law? Why has Godwin's law not been enacted in this thread yet? I'm actually very disappointed.
Why are you surprised? How long have you been doing this?
I've been so
I've
long.
only been doing this a couple of years, and I'm not surprised. Why are you surprised?
But here, Brandon, now it's meta. Now I've brought up the fact that they're talking about it, and they continue to talk about it. So now that is the topic of conversation. Like I've now veered so far off topic. The off-topic conversation is the topic.
What the hell was the original topic to begin with? I mean,
Alcohol. We were talking about food and alcohol and all things good.
And Wicket's neck.
And Wicket's neck, not snapping yet. Hopefully. And someone inevitably's got to ruin it all by talking about Windows 9 or Steve Jobs.
Somebody just said in the comments.
Now I've killed the conversation.
Sleeping it off. Yeah, Wicket's got the. He's doing the smart thing. He's sleeping it off right now.
Oh, no.
I'm up.
Look, there's a cat.
Do you care about cats? You are a cat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What? Meow. Meow. Look at here. Look up here. Look up here.
Stan Jones, Everclear. That's exactly what soju is, except with the smell of formaldehyde.
Oh, yum. Sign me up.
Yeah.
The cheap stuff.
It's great in a punch, but if you experience it straight, God help you. It's got that. It smells exactly like formaldehyde, and God is good Lord.
Yep. That's why I will not drink it unless it's mixed with something.
Yeah, I'm not big. I like margaritas. Those are pretty good.
Well, Chris, do you ever use the Mio type water additives?
No.
If you were to drink soju with the additive or Kool-Aid packet, you'd be set.
Hey Diana, since you like to wear tinfoil hats, you should look up about that Mio water flavoring stuff and see how bad it really is for you.
Oh, really?
I believe it.
It's got some bad chemicals in it. Stay far away from it.
See, we had some. We got one just to try it, but I noticed it had artificial sweetener or whatever, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, there's a few chemical compounds in it that are just nasty stuff.
Yeah, I generally I try to avoid a lot of artificial stuff. I try. I do.
We all try. It's hard.
Yeah.
Well, most of the Canadian stuff doesn't have artificial stuff in it. If you look at the package.
And Liz, I'm going to make it a very small exception for you. The bacon bar.
Yeah, that's baked bacon. I'm so disappointed.
If it tastes good, it tastes good. I'll try a little bit, but it does have hydrogenated oil.
That's because it's American.
Oh, well, that explains it. It looked fascinating. So what Diane and I are planning on doing is what I want to do is like something like snack time with Chris and Diana, where we're kind of sitting here like this, and we have some.
So you'll eat the craft dinner too.
Well, right. So what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna do a Canadian themed snack time. Like the first one, I got peanut butter and jelly soda on order. And then we'll basically do a live stream where we'll take questions from the community live like this, and in the other YouTube channel, the vlog YouTube channel, and then we'll just kind of hang out and have snack time with Chris and Diana, and then we'll have the Canadian one. The first one will be kind of just a general one. Then the next one we'll do is going to be a Canadian themed one, and then we'll eat your candy and stuff that you sent.
But you'll eat the macaroni and cheese then?
Yeah, I think Diana would make that.
And you're going to eat it?
No, I'm not going to try it. I don't care if it's a Bare Naked Ladies song. It's not going to happen.
Chris, have you tried seen the bacon in a can?
I've seen it, but nothing about it fascinates me.
It's surprisingly good.
Have you tried the?
Not bad.
Let me Amazon it. Give me
tactical bacon in a can.
Bacon in a can. See, I want to do like not a wacky snacks type of show, but like snack time with Chris and Diana, and we can eat snacks and stuff and talk to the community. Like I don't know how frequently, once a week or something like that.
I know that you're a huge bacon aficionado there, Chris. There is the Jack Link's beef jerky has, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but they have bacon jerky.
Yeah, no, bacon jerky is really good. Tad, what were you saying? Bacon jerky is, by the way, very, very good.
Oh, on your Canadian snack show, are you going to do poutine?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we've had poutine before, but we're going to try to go for things that people can get online or find somewhere. Like.
Oh, all right. So like prepackaged stuff.
Yeah, probably prepackaged stuff. Because I love poutine. Mix. What's that?
I can send you the poutine gravy mix, and then you just have to get cheese curds. There you go.
That's up to Diana. She's got her own YouTube channel now. She's a big star.
I love poutine.
Poutine's good.
Poutine is good. It's too good. It's one of those things. So you guys could totally do like a whole series of shows on Japanese snacks.
Oh no, yeah, all the Kit Kats.
Go to the lodge, and there's like a million things there.
In fact, my second or third YouTube video, you guys would have to dig for it, but my second or third was like a Japanese snack, and I said, I read it, and I didn't know what it meant, and I had it, and I'm like, I think it's Japanese for taste like ass. And it was like It was like it would have been a perfect vine because it was like 6 seconds long, but that's what it was. Effectively, that's what it was. I don't even know what I titled it. Japanese snack candy thing. I don't know. It was in my second video or something like that, second or third. It was insane.
What cracks me up about Japanese snacks are the ones that you'll open the bag, and then each individual cookie is wrapped in its own little bag.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
The bacon in a can on Amazon is $24,
Ooh.
and it has 40 to 50 slices per can.
Yep. And
Real-
you just fry it up in a regular frying pan after when you open it up.
Ah, okay, so it's got to be fried. Okay, so you can't.
Well, it's already cooked. No, it's already cooked. I mean, as far as it's already cooked, I ate a piece right out of the can and I didn't die. But
Oh, good to know.
but I think
When I went
you can.
backpacking one time.
It's all folded in half, and then you just undo it. It's in parchment paper, and then you put it into a pan and want to warm it up.
Interesting.
So
But it's made for survival. Like there's one called
Yeah,
Tactical.
I've had that before. Then it is good.
It's not
It's
bad.
like-
I mean, you think it's gonna be some nasty, slimy stuff, but
Yeah, it's
it's
good.
not.
I'm going to order the Japanese Kit Kat Supreme box here, and it comes with. Hang on. It comes with. They tell you. Red bean Kit Kat, apple Kit Kat, wasabi Kit Kat, green Zunda Kit Kat. The hell's Zunda?
Oh my gosh, I'm in love.
Cheese
That's what you
Kit
say after
Kat,
the
chili Kit Kat. Yeah.
It burns. That's what it said.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm looking at all the cool Kit Kats I'm gonna get.
And I'm not talking about the Android kind.
All right, so Liz just sent us.
Oh yeah, this is.
Poppin' Cooking.
Have you heard of Poppin' Cookin'?
No.
You make your own sort of jelly candies that look like other food. It's a Japanese thing. It's really cool. And you can buy all these little kits, and some of them actually taste like I think the hamburger one might actually taste like hamburgers. The sushi one is all
Wanna try
fruit,
this one?
but it's really neat.
It's called Poopin' Cookin'.
No, Poppin'.
That's on the German channel.
Sorry. Poppin' Cookin'. My
Poppin'
bad.
Cookin'.
My bad. We're gonna try the Poppin' Cookin' Happy Sushi House. It's
The
on.
sushi is really cool.
It's on Amazon.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. Yeah, see, I just love this kind of thing, and I think it'll be fun to do these types of snack stuff in a live YouTube video with the community, and we'll like be eating it and like, oh, what's going on with that stuff? And be kind of fun, I think.
For the Poppin' Cookin', you want to watch. There's some YouTube videos that show you how to do things, because if you do one step wrong, then especially you make the little eggs.
Oh yeah.
You have to use a dropper, and you have to make sure you have the right colored packet. And like it looks like the pink packet, but it's actually the red packet. Anyway, it's really cool.
Hey,
Oh,
Chris, I found a sweet purple potato Kit Kat.
what?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I'll message you the link on Facebook.
Yeah, or you can post it in
Sounds
the
kinda-
group chat too.
Oh, okay. In here. Too bad. Duh,
Yeah,
well,
if you find it, I like if it's on Amazon. Like I help people earn free Amazon gift cards all the freaking time. So, like I'll get if it's on Amazon, I'll usually like it's like oh yeah sure why not it's worth doing.
that just looks cool because of the color. It probably does. I'm not a big potato fan, but
Green tea, yeah, strawberry. See, there's a
Oh, yeah.
kit with 6 of them. Like it's like a 12 pack. So you get a lot you get to try a lot of variation for not a lot of money, I guess.
there's one called Sakura. I'm not sure what that is.
Cherry blossoms.
Benny Emo, sweet purple potato.
Is that what Sakura is?
Yeah,
blossoms?
cherry blossoms.
I found a cherry blossom Kit Kat.
See, I
Wow.
would do this, but it's like that's $19 for a gigantic box of Kit Kat.
They make it like
Which
crap.
is fun if you're doing like a full on party with tons of people and trying new things, but yeah.
You gotta like the
and-
random.
and-
Go ahead, Zio.
And seeing as how you're on Amazon, I would say that if you're into, candies and foods and things like that, and you're in for a laugh, go read the description or the reviews and stuff of Haribo's
Sugar-free
sugar-free
gummy
gummy
bears.
bears.
Oh, it's a gummy
Yes, I
bear.
have. I know what you're talking about too.
Oh Lord.
Because
There's
they use okay, so I used to be a low carber, which I should probably get into again. I used to be a low carber. I lost a lot of weight, and so I didn't eat a lot of sugar. And they had these candies at a natural food store, and I had like a whole pack. And they said, you know, you shouldn't have a whole pack because it may produce a laxative effect, and
Yep.
it did. And what I learned was that maltitol, sugar alcohol, basically is a laxative. And so I used to call them ass blasters. Oh man, they would shoot right through me, man. Yeah, you gotta be
I
careful
can't
with
remember
that
the YouTuber. He does a lot of eating challenges, and he ate the entire bag
stuff.
of those sugar-free ones, and then set up a camera in the bathroom afterwards. So
See, Slav asked me if I wanted to do like an eating contest thing. I'm like, I enjoy food way too much.
Yeah.
Are you okay, baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least we're on the same topic, pretty much. Just in chat, they're talking about food stuff.
No, we're not, Zio Fox. They're talking about a damn ball. They're talking about balls.
talking about soccer ball.
Well, that was one comment. All right, we've got U.S. has everything you can think about in it.
No, there's it's food and soccer now.
Wait,
Yeah.
hang on. Is the equivalent in the sports world, like if someone's talking about baseball, in the sports world, if someone's talking about baseball, is it right for someone to start talking about the World Cup? Because see, in the tech world, it's okay that if you start out talking about the iPhone, it's all right if someone starts talking about Android.
Well, see, they're talking about the FIFA app, so they're tying in the World Cup with technology right now. It looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Rolex Submariner asks if Diana has ever tried cabeza or languia. Languia.
Cabeza, that's head.
And then the other one's tongue, I think. Lingua.
Lingua, yeah.
Tongue is awesome. Love beef tongue.
Yeah,
If it's
Oh,
cooked
it's
right.
good.
had it, but I don't think I've ever like made it, or we didn't have it growing up. But I know they make like tacos, like at taco stands or taco trucks.
Liz is trolling chat. She's saying, let's talk about curling. Oh, those damn Canadians. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go outside.
I actually have a curling stamp.
Shut up.
We came up with stamps this year, and it's a curler, Sandra Schmerler. On the
Is she
stamp.
like the Mary Lou Retton of Canadian curling?
Yeah, and then there's also one for Barbara Ann Scott, and she was a famous figure skater.
Wow. And all we have is flags and eagles down here. We're really boring.
Oh, you have Harry Potter stamps.
Do we do?
Yeah, I have them somewhere here.
Well, we saw that you must like stamps a lot because you have like 37 stamps on the box.
For fun. I do it for fun.
That was pretty cool. I noticed it. I'm like, there's a lot of I'm like, what? I noticed those small things.
Yeah.
Diana just tears into them. Where's my sunglasses?
What?
No, I'm kidding. She doesn't do that. She doesn't do that.
I think that's
Kristen,
just
go ahead, Zio.
I think that's just you there, Chris. That's like, I gotta get to my stuff in my Amazon box.
Yeah, and in Diana's defense, when I sent you the minifig, it flew across the table onto the floor.
It was so small.
I'm looking at it like,
I'm right over there.
I was like, crap.
Yeah, you can actually see him flying out in the footage too. Like, what the hell? Oh, it's one down here. Classic minifigures.
I have not been able to find one since that one.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they're pretty rare. Spider Squash is trying to argue. Well, not argue. I don't mean that in that way, but he's arguing a point of soccer is very geeky. It is not.
No.
No.
It is not.
Yeah, these are the Harry Potter stamps. They're the U.S. stamps.
Huh.
So it's a really neat set, actually.
I'm a muggle, so I'm not exactly sure.
So there's like everybody. They're
Chris,
gorgeous.
in the soccer thing, they are using some new technology, though, I guess, that can determine if a ball crosses the goal line or not, and they had to use it in one of the games recently.
That's still not geeky.
It's geeky. I'm just saying, it's a stretch. I'm not a big soccer fan, so I'm stretching, but
USA plays tomorrow, I think,
Yeah,
I think
I'm surprised they're still in it.
against Portugal.
Uh-oh. We're screwed.
Minecraft
Real
Indiana
soccer.
says Star Wars books are better than any other topic.
What?
Books?
Minecraft Indiana in the chat says Star Wars books are better than any other topics.
Well, I would have to agree, but I am kind of biased. That's my favorite. It's my favorite thing ever. Like, if anybody ever accuses me of being biased, I'm like, okay, so you're basically accusing me of being human. All right, next.
It would be boring.
Hey,
not to be
Chris,
biased.
I really didn't know. I'd really never caught that you liked Darth Vader or Star Wars at all.
no, he just likes black.
It's my soul. It's to match the color of my soul. It actually really didn't. It didn't really take hold until last year. Really, when we started doing vlogs, I started getting some Darth Vader stuff from people, and then it was like, I got a lot of this. I watched the room tour that I do every year, and I just wasn't. I just look. I'm like, I look at that shelf, and as I was doing videos, I'm like, I really don't care about anything in the shelf behind me. Now, granted, it's not like it's completely changed now, but I just didn't care. And it's like I'd rather have things that I actually cared about, and so that's when I really started to eliminate a lot of the junk, the tech crap. I mean, it's effectively what it was. It was just junk. It was old gadgets that, so I got on review or I purchased once. And I'm like, this is pointless. Batteries exploded. Whatever it was, and I eliminated a lot of that, if not all of it. Technology doesn't hold value very long.
No. That's like one of my favorite things, though. It's always something new, right?
You're right. There's always something new, but it's not collectible. It's not like
Exactly. I
you
agree.
can't. It's fascinating, but at the same time, I mean, people ask, well, I don't want to keep a lot of gadgets around because I can't get rid of them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at these monitors in front of me. I'm like, how am I going to sell these monitors? I could give them away, I guess, but there's a value to it. You just can't. You can't turn them over.
Yeah, you're
So,
right.
I mean, it's a means to an end. Computers to me are a means to an end.
Yep.
But that's me. I'm not a gadget guy. Never have been, and I mean, I love gadgets, but not in the same way as other people just want to make love to their gadgets if they could. Like, if they had a compatible USB cable on them, they would literally, not figuratively, literally make love to their gadgets. I am not that kind of geek. Aren't you happy about that, hun? You should be. I'm sticking my USB cable where it doesn't belong.
Josh, you got pregnant.
Josh, you got pregnant?
I'm not repeating that. That was a if you heard it, great. If you didn't, kind of moment.
That was a good line. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
And yet, after you said that, you've got somebody in the Hangout that features one of these. and,
I had a fascinating idea actually the other day. Friday, someone had asked what I think about the future of the iPod.
Yes.
We haven't really seen any updates. And I started thinking, I'm like, what do people... I mean, right now, they're probably just as well-serviced by their smartphone is what the iPod used to service them for, like music, right? They're moving more towards subscriptions, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
So the iPod itself is kind of outmoded in its current state. But if I see an iPad in public, where I'll usually see it, an iPod, I'll see it strapped to someone's arm, or they're doing some kind of workout, they're listening with their iPod. So I thought, I'm like, oh my God, there's not going to be, if Apple is working on anything, it's not going to be called the iWatch, it's going to be called the iPod.
That's a good point.
Think about that. The iPod brand is so strong in its use case, its current use case in its current state. And granted, I have no insight. So if this is what happens, I am going to look like an effing genius in a few months. Like, I'll be able to say, I called the ball! So,
amongst this group of like 6 or 7 people.
But Ted, think about it, right? So you've got this where people are using the iPod because they're working out, because now they're using their smartphones for a lot of music, the iPod working out. Well, Why add another product to the line when you can reboot an existing product?
I think that's great.
The use case of how people are using it.
Yeah.
So to me, I think we'll see a different. We won't see a new product per se. We will see a new product or a part of a category, but instead of a new name, I believe
see that
it will be. I believe, and from my perspective, it would make a lot of sense for Apple to reboot what the iPod is and stick with that name that has a strong brand that has a lot of use cases that are already being played out in the field today that addresses so many things. I don't think it'll be called an anything other than an iPod. Or let me put it this way: it would surprise me if they called it something different. Because the iPod is. Think about it. Why would you buy an iPod these days other than wanting to listen to music in an offline capacity or not being tied to a carrier? Well, you can buy a previous generation iPhone and get the same thing done. It's not as slim necessarily, but at the same time, your use case. Well, I want the iPod because it's lighter because I work out with it. Well, then at that point, if the device is inherently a wearable device, it's an iPod. To me, it makes a lot of sense. It makes more sense to me for Apple to reboot what the iPod is rather than create a new name.
Speaking of iPods,
dude, that thing is like 1894 or something.
They still sell them.
Can you telegraph them?
It's from 2002. It's a 10 gig model, one of the very first ones. It still will power on, but it won't stay on for more than it's got the old FireWire connection. It doesn't stay on for more than like 5 seconds, and then it shuts off. But it will power on.
My iPod Mini that I just showed you a second ago lasts maybe 15, 20 minutes.
See, and that's exactly why I don't spend a lot. People, I get raked across the coals all the time, but I just don't spend a lot of money on technology. I'll spend it when I want to spend it and need to spend it. It's a means to an end. Like I love doing review units if I can because it's just like I know I'm gonna buy it and it's gonna be worthless in a year.
Yep.
But that's technology. That's why we love it. So I'm not slagging it at all. I'm just saying that when it comes time for investment, I'm very, very careful about the Apple products I buy, about the Google products I buy, the Microsoft products I buy. I've got the Surface Pro 2, but I only got that on review. I purchased my Surface Pro 1 and I sold that to offset costs to get other things. So what I do with technology is I get it. If I buy it, I try to sell it. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this now. I need to sell it. I'm done with this. I need to sell it. I can't just.
Also, think about all the things. So you're right that technology moves super fast, but think of all the stuff that has been. I like the word that Bucky Fuller came up with. Things that have been ephemeralized by phones, or by smartphones. Things that don't exist anymore, or pretty much don't exist, like iPods for one thing, or GPS devices, so the other day when I returned a rental car, there was a sign that said, "Don't forget your MP3 player, CD player."
Oh, right.
Like a list of 6 things that don't exist anymore because we carry around these phones that.
Hey, I still use the cassette adapter. I still have to use the old cassette adapter to listen to my phone because my car is an old '95 Buick.
And so what's the awesome, is it William Gibson quote that's the future's here, it's just not evenly distributed? But
right.
But, so phones make, I made a list one time of all the things that phones have of all the things that have disappeared and now exist, in this little tiny form factor. It's incredible. And I expect that to continue.
And it's, to me, that's where technology is fascinating. It's not a destination so much as it is an enabler because it's everywhere, right? There's so much technology options out there. It's almost overwhelming to a lot of people who aren't necessarily following the latest in the trends and everything.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is fascinating to me. I on the radar constantly new Bluetooth speakers, new tablets, new smartphones, new all these things that do things better than maybe they did before. They do it better than other things. There are better options that are available, but you can't. This is the thing. It used to be something like, when's the best time to buy something? Now is always now. It used to be you have to wait. Now is today. Now is always the right time to buy something. with
I've been
technology.
saying that since the 90s, though, when I used to sell computers. Because if you don't buy now, then tomorrow they'll be, you're right, it's always the best time right now to buy.
It's always
Right now is not the best time to buy a new iPhone. I wouldn't buy a new iPhone right now. You'd be kind of pissed in a couple of months. But a new computer is always the right time to buy a new computer.
It just depends on your use case. Depends on your needs.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, I like that. Doesn't bother me a bit.
I like it too. But if you hop off the wagon for a little while and you quit following technology,
Trends.
and you come back and all of a sudden it's like you're in a different forest.
Pretty much.
You don't know where. So like I haven't built a computer in 4 or 5 years, and started looking at some of them. I'm like, I don't even know what the heck this crap is anymore. It's like
It's because computers aren't the same. A PC. This is a computer. So this is everybody's computer these days. Forget the PC. PCs are great for what they are, but they're going to be further marginalized. I look at PCs like I look at like cars and car collectors. Like there are people who like mod and build and construct these amazing pieces of art, but that's exactly where they're going to be.
Yeah.
I just don't think PCs are going to be destinations anymore. I think that we've hit peak PC.
Well, I think we hit that 5 or 6 years ago. I think we hit peak PC the day that the iPhone came out, the day first smartphones came out.
You're probably right, Tad. That I believe.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way: Diana she's got a MacBook, the iMac, which we should probably try selling either one of them, because she doesn't use them.
Not my MacBook.
We're not going to do anything with her MacBook.
What?
I want to see if I can upgrade that to an SSD though.
Yeah, because I just don't like them because they're just slow.
They're slow.
Yeah.
Compared to the phone, for what she's doing, she's not doing anything. She doesn't do anything heavy. She does email, so she uses her phone or the iPad. I mean, that's it. Why lug around a gigantic Mac, which the MacBook is compared to an iPad or an iPhone, when the iPad or the iPhone will suffice?
Yeah.
Or Note 3 or whatever.
Chris, you're probably old enough to also be kind of weirded out by this like I am. But isn't it kind of strange now that everybody is so interested in the latest technology, especially with smartphones? And it used to be kind of a geeky, nerdy thing to have a really cool phone, right?
Right.
And now everybody has one, and everybody wants it. And it's still kind of, I don't know what the right word is, but to see kids that are so all about, like teenagers primarily, all about their phones is just kind of weird.
Well, it's because it's now not a commodity. I'd hate to say commodity, but it's...
No, that's not a bad word.
That's not a bad word at all.
It's a given, right? It's not... I mean, technology... Tad, this is what's so valuable. So, I mean, I can survey the landscape and kind of distill down. I may not be in the trenches and looking at every bit and piece, but there's still an inherent need to go through filters. So people still, to this day, will ask me, should I get this or this? Should I get this or this? Should I get this or this? And every use case is different, but I think there's so many options. It's a great thing, but because there's so many options, there's a greater chance of making a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's the value prop for technology has changed. It's now, I mean, there's certain, we've kind of got one foot in the past, one foot in the future. And I always look at my parents as kind of the canary in the coal mine. Like, my dad's still using a Windows XP PC, he's got a Windows 7 PC, he's got a Windows 8 PC, mom's got the MacBook. But I look at Diana, and I think Diana's more the average user. There are more Diana out there than there are of us. That's a good thing. I mean, because iPhone. Come on. That's...
Yeah. Well, it's almost... It's a piece of jewelry almost now.
Okay. Yeah, an accessory.
Yeah.
You okay? Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. I was monitoring. I was checking in. I was making sure everything was good.
You'll say that so many times, Chris, between now and when your kid's 18. Are you okay? Everything all right?
Yep.
My kid's so damn sick of hearing me say that.
And they won't tell you even if They're not okay.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Someone asked me, "Are you okay?" I will tell them, "No, I'm not okay."
Well, it is kind of annoying to get asked that all the time, but as a parent, you can't help but to ask. So.
Dipsticking. How's the oil?
Yep.
Good on oil.
The camera went to Liz all of a sudden.
I think she shut
Then I'll turn it off.
No, don't turn your camera off. No, it was just, you didn't say anything and the camera flipped to you. It's like Google is like, we will now look at Liz.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight, guys. I have to be at work at 6 in the morning, so 4 a.m. is going to come in about 5 hours.
Get
Yeah.
some sleep. Enjoy your sleep.
It's Sunday, though, so it's a lazy day at the data center. So
Sweet.
have a good night, guys.
Yep.
Take
it easy.
Bye.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, like I said, I think we were going to plan on doing something for about an hour or so, and we're at...
An hour and a half.
Are we really?
Yeah.
So it flies when I talk to people.
1 hour and 25 minutes.
You really?
Man, I'll take some of the blame for that because I don't know how to shut up. So.
And that's what I do. I talk. So, yeah. I guess I've got to, do some Instagram shots for an OMG for next week. Running a little behind. So I guess
Still
that's
haven't figured out a name for that yet?
We're going to do OMG Instagram, I think. John and they were doing it today, and get some images off to them. And I just got the note right at the same time that I was going live with the broadcast. So, because he's editing tonight, so I guess I gotta do that.
Cool.
So I will leave everybody be. That was quite a fun romp through the lands of every other topic.
Oh, yeah.
It's
always fun.
As usual.
Naturally. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Saturday night always seemed to be the best time for a lot of people who are out there. It's always difficult to coordinate schedules, and I wish Patreon did a fantastically better job at communicating things.
I can't speak for anyone else, but with me, it's always hit and miss since I am a shift worker, and you just happen to catch me on my last day of a 3-day leave. So this is I think this is only the second one, or only the second hangout of yours that I've been able to be in, and it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I wish I could do this more often.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like I wish I could do it more often, but then I look at my inbox and things get stacked up. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this tonight. Oh, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta.
I know what you mean. I understand.
Oops, I gotta get to this. Oops, I have to fix this. This is broken. This needs to rest. This doesn't make any sense. I have to correct this. Fun. That's fun. I mean, that's funny. Sorry, I was trying to channel my... Okay, now it's time to, when I start trying to channel my inner Eddie Izzard, it's time to close the video stream. That's fun. So Hitler, he was a mass murdering pighead. That's fun. I mean, that's funny. Come on, am I the only Eddie Izzard fan out there? Fine. All right. You guys go watch Eddie Izzard. Apparently, I stopped broadcasting. I don't know.
It still says you're live.
Wait. Chris is about to do an Eddie Izzard impression. Shh.
I only like Eddie when he's in. I like Eddie when he's in drag.
Yeah. Oh man. Classic. All right. So now I press this button here,